A while back, I posted a video on Facebook with the caption, "The purpose of preschool is not to prepare children for kindergarten." Now, many of the comments under the video seem to misunderstand my purpose in posting the video. They commented with things like, "Yes, they should be at home with their moms," or "School is indoctrination." So it's quite possible that the people making these comments were simply not my intended audience of early childhood educators. Or maybe they only read the caption and didn't listen to the video, which explained that in preschool, instead of focusing on kindergarten standards, we should be focusing on developing curiosity and the joy of learning and instilling critical thinking, problem-solving skills. Hello, I'm Nicole DeVille-Spravel, and this is Wildwood Teaching. And today I wanted to go on record as saying that preschool is worthwhile for children, but a specific kind of preschool. And I want to go a little bit more into detail into the research backing of what makes a quality preschool and why nature-based, child-centered programs match what the research says about what is best for preschool. So, you have all heard me talk about the recent longitudinal study of Tennessee's publicly funded preschool program and how it has gotten mixed results. That by middle school, many of the children who had attended the preschool program were actually performing worse in both academics and having more behavioral issues than children from similar backgrounds that did not attend the preschool program. However, most longitudinal studies of preschool programs have actually found positive results, most notably the Perry High Scope studies in the 1960s. And in fact, a recent review of 21 longitudinal studies, including the Tennessee study by the Learning Policy Institute, found that there are indeed benefits of attending preschool. So I want to note that in the review of these 21 longitudinal studies, the researchers did account for they did control for income and other factors so that they were comparing similar groups of children with similar background characteristics. And what they found was that children who attended preschool were less likely to be retained a grade in elementary school. They were less likely in elementary school to be recommended for special education services. As they got older, they were more likely to graduate from high school, they were more likely to be employed, and they were less likely to be incarcerated. And so what's the difference then between what they found in the Tennessee study and what they found in the Perry High Scope study or other longitudinal studies, a more recent one in Boston? The lead authors of the Learning Policy Institute research and the lead authors of the Tennessee study actually seem to agree that it comes down to quality of the preschool program. So what makes a preschool program a quality preschool program? So what the authors identified first was sufficient learning time and small class sizes with low student-teacher ratios. So in our nature-based program, I say that we work at the pace of childhood and at the pace of nature. Both of these are slower than a traditional school environment, right? Where you have themes and standards and you need to move the children through these things by some external timetable. At Wildwood Nature School, we have extended time for children to explore nature, for them to set up investigations, for them to follow their curiosity. Our investigations continue until the children are no longer interested in them. So that could be a day or it could be months. For safety reasons, we are outside in the forest, so we actually have a much smaller adult to child ratio than is required of indoor programs in our state. So there's more time for adults to really listen to children and to actively participate along with them. And in fact, the Perry Preschool program recommended the same exact adult to child ratio of 1 to 6 and the exact group size of 12 that we have here in our nature-based programs. Right? The second marker of a quality preschool program, as determined by the research, were that your program is grounded in research-based, developmentally appropriate early learning standards and curricula. So these include things like developing the whole child, not just academics, but social, emotional, and physical domains as well, recognizing that children need to be overall healthy in order to learn. So getting them outside to climb trees, run up and down hills, navigate uneven terrain builds core strength and confidence and helps with writing in particular, right? Having a focus on being a community of learners outside builds confidence. Developmentally appropriate means hands-on opportunities for guided learning. That's when children connect with nature and build their investigations from phenomena that they can witness in real time and go deep into a particular topic through inquiry, right? These real world applications of concepts in math or science or literacy is what creates understanding. Right. And the third quality characteristic that was identified as creating quality programs were using assessments, appropriate assessments, to guide program planning. So the observational documentation that most nature-based programs used is authentic assessment. That means we are seeing what children do, how they react, how they behave, how they learn in a real setting rather than pulling them aside for some sort of contrived testing environment, so that we are seeing how they really are applying those skills. And then we are using the observations, right, about their academic and social, emotional, and physical domains. And we are using them to build the curriculum, to guide our instruction. So I'm obviously not making the claim that simply taking children outside without any other intentional instructional planning will automatically create learning opportunities. What I am saying is that this nature-based environment is perfectly suited to providing the slower pace of childhood, to providing hands-on, authentic application of academic concepts, to documenting children's progress across all domains, and then using that documentation to guide program planning. So, if you want to dive deeper into nature-based early childhood education, I invite you to join our Wild Wonder and Wisdom community. We meet once a month as a group. Every other month, I teach a workshop. Our upcoming workshop in March is on math and how to teach math outdoors. On alternating months, we simply meet as a roundtable group to cover some barrier that maybe our members are having. And these ideas come from you. And we talk about what have we done in the past to overcome these barriers, and how can we learn from each other? What ideas can we give for each other? And then in addition to our monthly meetings, you also have access to a treasure trove of archived videos of mine that delve into all subjects, nature-based education, different academic topics, as well as social emotional topics, as well as simply setting up nature-based programs, talking to parents about it, and other philosophical needs of nature-based education. So there's a little link above my head. There's one below the video that you can click on to join us. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions you might have. And then make sure that you join us here next week for another free episode of Wildwood Teaching. I will see you there.